What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is going to be freaking hilarious for me personally because boy, oh boy, did I get absolutely roasted a few days ago when I put out a video topic regarding the movement in Xdefiant, and Mark Rubin actually came out responding to, some information over on Twitter, further clarifying exactly what we're going to be met with when it comes to the future updates for this game. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 morning Eastern time. And if you want to check out any of my live streams, I do that over on Twitch. You can find a link to that channel as well as all my other socials down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, you're probably wondering when these updates are going to even happen in the first place. Well, over on Twitter, actually, I found this post over on Reddit, who, found this post on Twitter. But you can see right here from Mark Rubin, we have a patch that was made day one or so that is currently scheduled for early next week. But the patch with BH and sniper changes plus some hit reg changes is currently scheduled for the week after. But all of these are subject to change depending on how the patch does in test. Again, I see a lot of people a little salty about this, saying, oh, I gotta wait a week to 2 weeks just to see some bunny hop changes and sniper changes, so on and so forth, which actually, I believe, not today, I think yesterday, there was a little update. I don't know exactly what it is because, of course, anybody who's been watching my channel for a while now, I record all my videos the day before, so this update's pretty much not even out yet by the time that I'm recording this video here. So I'm going to check that out, see what's going on. Maybe I'll put out some more content in the future discussing what happened in that update, if it's actually worth it. But yes, when it comes to the real deal, all the huge changes, you're going to have to wait a couple of weeks. And I understand the frustration, I know, but that's just game development, and they're trying their absolute hardest. They're trying to pump out this stuff for the community. But realistically, they have to make sure everything is fine-tuned and is working, especially the netcode as well. People really want them to rush out the netcode. Guys, you have to be a little patient with this, because netcode is nothing to play around with. All it takes is one tiny thing to screw up absolutely everything. The game is going to be in a disaster state, and then nobody's going to want to play it. And the current situation that we're in right now will amplify times 10, and like I said, it'll be dead. We don't want that. So the best thing for the netcode is to take their time and make sure they find the problem, but they have to find the problem without causing more problems. So patience is key. Don't rush them. Let them cook. You know what I'm saying? And same thing for the rest of these updates. Let them cook. And, obviously Ubisoft is in charge of all these launch days. And I believe also the consoles, right? Doesn't Sony also have to, have a say when they can launch some of these updates on their platform as well? It's a lot of hoops. Developers wish they could probably just simply drop stuff whenever they feel like it, but that's just simply not the case. So again, like I said 50 times before, I got to keep saying it because nobody has it in this community. Patience is key. I shouldn't say nobody has it because I do see a lot of people in the comments section, I'm not speaking for everyone, but for the select loud few out there who just cannot handle waiting a little bit, that's for you guys. But let's move on to the actual update itself. Again, yes, snipers are going to have a little bit of flinch added, but I want to talk about the bunny hopping because again, I told everybody 1 trillion times over that this game has a movement, and I don't know where anybody is coming from where they're claiming that this game never had movement before. I played the alphas, I played the betas, they all had good flow to it, and they all allowed you to b-hop. Maybe not as, crazy as it is now because, again, they removed the weapon sway, so it's a lot more easier to perform b-hops without it messing with your aim. But that wasn't, intentional. They want weapon sway in the game. They're working on it. But for some reason, people think that not having weapon sway in the game is not just it. They think the whole game was supposed to have no jumping in it to even begin with. But look at this tweet right here from Mark Rubin as well. Apollo over on Twitter put out a post saying, rumors are that Xdefiant movement will be nerfed a lot in Season 1. Apparently the mid-air directional movement strafing will be removed and bunny hops will be nerfed a lot. Movement is uniquely cool to this game and makes for insane gunfights, movement, all that good stuff. Why nerf this? And then Mark Rubin comes in and says, I'm pretty sure that's not true. And I know a guy on the inside. I just love how active Mark Rubin is on the socials and how he just sets stuff straight because that's just what you got to do sometimes. Same thing when it comes to like content creation as well, A lot of content creators think it's a good idea to maybe lay low a bit from the comment section and just kind of let them do their thing. But in reality, people will say whatever they want to say. They'll put words in everybody's mouths, and people run with it. People absolutely run with it. So this is smart. He stays on socials. He makes sure everything is set straight. No false rumors or any speculations to be thrown around realistically. He's pretty on point with everything here. But I mean, I'm sorry to say to all the people out there, like I said, who claim that movement is not supposed to be an Xdefiant, but it is indeed supposed to be an Xdefiant. I mean, just Mark Rubin alone saying, I'm pretty sure that's not true to literally everything in this post about, mid-air directional movement, strafing, and all this b-hopping and stuff like that. It says enough to me that movement is still going to be within the game. I mean, here's also another, dev behind the scenes. I believe this was a pro player in COD who works on Xdefiant. Putting up a little meme from SpongeBob, if you guys don't remember this one, man. Basically showing that this is how they're trying to handle it. You have two sides here trying to voice their opinions out for the movement within this game. But you have to be realistic here, and they are being realistic here. The game, they can't nerf it down to the dirt. It's just not logical because the game was never like that. And anybody who played the game since day one, their core community, their core fan base, their core audience, are going to be like, what the heck just happened? This is a complete 180-degree turn. So they have to balance it. They have to bring it back to its former glory. And again, I think people are going to be fine with that. I really do. I think the mass majority of players out there aren't going to be salty with, the basic B-hops that were in this game to begin with. Again, if you want to see what it looks like, just go back to some of my Xdefiant content. I have a whole playlist with all my Xdefiant videos. Go back to maybe a year ago, and you could see how it looked in the previous betas and alphas. You could still B-hop, but you could definitely tell it was a bit toned back. But again, for the people who think that just because they're going to add back the weapon sway and tone it back down is going to make people not do it at all, I'm sorry to break it to you, man, but that's just not happening. And it's hilarious because I see people all over Reddit, all over Twitter. I see things like, I wish we could have an FPS arcade game that doesn't even have the jump function. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what in God's name is going on here? An FPS arcade game that's released in the modern day era that doesn't allow you to jump? Bro, just go play a tactical shooter. If you want to play a tactical shooter, go play a tactical shooter. I am a guy who loves so many different games across the board. I love milsims. I love tac shooters. I love arcade shooters. But I never go and branch out to a different audience and then complain how it's not like a different audience. This is an arcade shooter that has always had movement since day one, and you're saying that you don't want jumping at all. Like I said, just go play Rainbow Six Siege. Please, there's plenty of games out there that I personally enjoy as well. But you'll never catch me a day in my life saying, oh, well, Rainbow Six Siege might take a lot more gun skill, and it's all because it doesn't have jumping in it, so we need to make sure that Xdefiant plays identical to Rainbow Six Siege, or else it's going to fail. No, they're two different games. Two completely different games, with two completely different styles. Everything about them are different. So why would you want one of those mechanics to be forced into the other? Guys, I'm sorry to break it to you. Like I said, man, this is just how gaming is. I don't know what games you were playing, and people saying that, oh, well, back in the OG days of COD, I'm not sure if you played OG COD at this point. I'm not freaking sure, because even in Call of Duty 2, you could bunny hop. Bunny hopping has been existent since the beginning of time in plenty of these games. Whether you want to claim it's an exploit or not, it's a feature that has pretty much been, it's been taken in by the communities. People enjoy it now. And guess what people did back in the day? They dealt with it, right? I always hear people back in the day saying, oh my God, people jump shot so much in Call of Duty 4. Or you know what, let me not even use Call of Duty 4. Let me use some of the best examples, some of the most popular COD games so we can just set everything straight right now. Black Ops 2. Let's talk about Black Ops 2, everybody's favorite COD game. All you hear is, oh my God, the B-hopping. Or oh my God, the people are drop-shotting way too much. And you know what the funniest part about this thing is? All the people saying, oh my God, take out about bunny hopping and show real skill. Show what you truly got. Well, guess what? When bee hopping isn't mandatory and people want to use strafe speeds, people complain about people strafing too fast. Oh my god, he's zigzagging too much. Just stand. Like what? Do you want people to stand still? If that's what you want, just say it right now. Do you want people to stand still and do nothing for you so you can get a free kill? Is that what you want? Because if that's what you want, just be honest about it. Because like I said, I feel like over half the people out here will complain about any single movement feature that is ever introduced into any game known to mankind. I mean, really think about it. What is a bunny hop? It's literally a strafe, but you're jumping a little bit. There is absolutely no difference at all in what the target's doing. They're basically just moving in another direction, but elevated a little bit off the ground. If you want to realistically be real here, I have never, ever had a tremendous amount of trouble here killing someone who's bee hopping. The problem right now is the spam with no weapon sway. Once that's balanced out, bee hopping will be balanced out as well, and it'll be once again a skill. But everybody who says, oh, it's not a skill at all, what are you talking about? Like I said, it's times and places to use it, and if you can't kill someone who's bee hopping, I don't know what to tell you. And if you can't stay alive while bee hopping, you're not using it properly. You don't know how to actually engage with a bee hop to give you a better advantage over the enemy and when to properly use it. You see, like I said, I truthfully believe that over half the community nowadays just want people to stand still, don't move, and just put their gun down, hands up, and just say, shoot me. Because no matter what, they just simply won't be happy. Like I literally just said before as well, even nerf the bee hopping. This game still has good strafe speeds, and you can actually improve your strafe speed, which people will actually do. More than likely, if they do nerf bee hopping, I guarantee people will hyper-focus attachments to make sure they can move faster. And guess what? Like I said, people will complain about that. Any form of movement that doesn't involve holding an angle, they don't enjoy. And like I said, we have games like that. There's plenty of options, but I don't understand trying to force something like that, a mindset like that, into an arcade shooter. But ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And like I said, if you want to go ahead and check out my live streams, I do that over on Twitch pretty much daily. You can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.